It's a school where the students do not need any urging to pay attention. They know that if they don't learn their lessons, they could die. The school is the Colorado Firecamp, and as we head into another wildland fire season, it's teaching a new crop of students how to fight those always dangerous fires and live through it. News 13's Dean Staley got a first-hand look at what's at stake.
How we doing up there?
Right there, bro.
There you go. What kind of fire activity we're going to see off of this?
They are gathered in the mountains outside Salida, Colorado.
All right, moving.
Squad 1 moving.
20 men and women, young, strong, and hoping to earn a spot on a wildland firefighting crew.
It's a great calling in life. It is a dream.
Kent Maxwell, a lifelong firefighter, started this camp more than 10 years ago.
Something where there is the teamwork, the camaraderie, the adrenaline and excitement that a lot of kids really love. That the idea that you can do something where people really appreciate what you do. Not every job in life has that opportunity.
But that opportunity comes at great risk.
Pump it in.
Not only is wildland firefighting one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, it is also one of the most physically demanding. Carrying heavy packs for days at a time, digging lines in the dirt for hours, all while keeping an eye on the weather conditions.
And every wildland firefighter knows that a change in the weather can turn a routine assignment into a death trap.
People got complacent. Yarnell happened. I mean, what'd they gain in Yarnell, truly? You would have never heard of the Yarnell fire if they wouldn't have got killed.
Just last year, the Yarnell fire in Arizona. A hotshot crew of 19 highly skilled wildland firefighters was working to contain the blaze as it burned slowly away from them. Winds from an afternoon thunderstorm pushed that fire back toward the crew. They were caught outside their designated safety zone. The wall of flames, pushed by 50-mile-an-hour winds, overtook the hotshot crew.
Maybe, everything was right at that time, and it just was a Mother Nature event, and the fire spread a lot faster than they thought, and it cut them off in the Box Canyon. We'll just never know. We identify the elements of the fire triangle.
Instructor Chris Bainbridge wants to make sure his students take a lesson from the deaths of those 19 firefighters of the Granite Mountain hotshots.
There had to be somebody on that crew of 19 that went, this isn't right. And maybe their cohesion was so tight that nobody said anything. And that's what we try to teach in those classes. If you see something, say something.
I don't think they received any more instructions on what to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Then once they find out that information, then they can break up into
groups. Yeah, so we could say tactical.
Because there are times when no amount of skill or strength or speed will save you.
When a fire takes off, we're dealing with a crowning fire, running treetop to treetop, 100 to 300 foot flame lengths. A fire that's throwing embers a quarter to a mile ahead of itself, starting new fires.
Yeah, so we got wind coming this way and slope this way. And when this thing starts picking up steam, I guarantee he won't be standing
In those
there.
moments, one of the most important lessons of wildland fire camp is when not to fight a fire.
That they get too excited, that they lose their situational awareness, that they get too like a moth to a flame, that they see the flames and they're like, oh, and they forget all the stuff that we've talked about. And that's real easy to do.
And your job is to try and protect those.
Trainer Damon Lange has been fighting fires for 25 years.
If it can happen to them, it can happen to you. Here's the best trained firefighters in the country. If it can happen to them, be on your guard.
I love what I do, the part that Firecamp plays in helping people chase that dream, balanced by the knowledge that it can go seriously wrong.
I better never, ever be getting audited because you got hurt and had to pull your fire shelter, because you should have never been in that position.
I want them to leave this with the belief that someday they're going to have the gray hairs that I have, and that they're going to look back upon a long career as a wildland firefighter.
All right, face to the left.
At Colorado Fire Camp, Dean Staley, KRQE News 13.
There are more than 30,000 wildland firefighters across the country, and new tomorrow night at 10, we will introduce you to this New Mexico native who has watched wildfires attack his city and is now trying to earn a spot on a wildland firefighting crew.